I did a video about the employee versus the employer market, so you can look at that one. But today I want to talk about what are the employers looking for. They are looking for good people. They are looking for people who have worked in other jobs. So transitioning isn't as hard as you might think it is. You know, if you're a nurse, it is easy to transition. And what I mean by that is land the job. You have a lot to learn once you get into the legal field. But nurses or LPNs are valuable to the attorney, the hiring attorney. A lot of other people are valuable too. So if you have worked in real estate, whether you're in the office or as an agent, you are valuable to a real estate attorney. If you have worked in marketing, you are valuable to a lot of attorneys, because I brought marketing experience from owning a business, and I worked in a marketing department of a corporation. And so I brought that, and my family owned a business for 100 years, a little Italian mom and pop grocery store. It was not my business, but I got to watch my grandmother and grandfather and my mother and my uncle build relationships. So I understood how important that was in a law firm, or maybe you work in a government agency, or that interpersonal relationship ability is so important, and smart attorneys realize this. So they are looking for people from all different backgrounds. You'll go around your city where you live and you'll see help wanted signs, right? You've seen them. I can go by some almost every fast food place around here has a help wanted sign. I go by offices, and people that I know in offices are looking for good people. Grocery stores, that type of thing. So there's a need for good workers that have a strong work ethic. And in the legal field, they need people who are detail oriented. But you have to go the extra mile when you're applying for these jobs. When they look at your resume, as I've said in other videos, they just look at it for 30, 40 seconds. But when you catch their eye with that cover letter, that's your sales tool. Even if you don't like sales, you have to understand how to do this and how to point them to those things that will get you hired and will catch their attention. 95% at least of the people mailing in their, or not mailing, but uploading their resume and cover letter to the hiring attorney, well, their cover letter and resume will never be seen. There's a certain percentage that never include a cover letter. You need to do that. If you're missing the boat on that, you need to change it. So you have to pinpoint how you're going to help the attorney right in your cover letter. Your resume doesn't give you that opportunity because it's just saying what your software skills are and what your skills are in general, what your work history is. But that cover letter is the, not the deal breaker, the deal maker. That's the area where if you aren't knocking that out of the park, you need to change that. That's where I was falling down when I moved to Florida. And I could not get a job, and I had experience then, but no one would give me a second look until I changed it. And so if you need help with that, take the cover letter secrets class. Scroll through the description box on the previous video and you'll see links in the description box, okay? Also, if you want to take, and you're interested in with help and something more than that, you need help with the job ads. What jobs are you supposed to be applying for? What should you look for? You need help with the interview. There are, I believe, I have 11 videos or so in the interview module alone, which teaches you how to prepare for the questions they're going to ask you, but also the ones you should be asking. Because this interview is about you landing the job that's a fit for you. You know, you've got to prove that you're a fit for them, but they have to prove they're a fit for you. And I didn't really understand that for a long time until I didn't get in cover letter just to introduce my resume. Is that what you're doing if you're using one? That does not cut it. You're missing an opportunity there. So the Paralegal Inner Circle class it does not have the cover letter information. That's a separate class, but it has the job ads, the interviews, how to manage your work as a paralegal. Very important. Litigation information and much more. Document samples to look at and a private group that you have access to ask questions. So be sure that you take advantage of being part of that class, okay? So taking action and not just sitting back in fear is very important. We fight against that all the time. I fought against it. I would sit in my car right before an interview and ask myself, what am I doing? But doing the interview correctly helps you get closer to that really good workplace to work in. And when you knock that interview out of the park and you do it correctly, then you ask questions and you understand the culture of that law firm. That's very important. So we become overwhelmed, we become fearful. But I have to tell you, even after many years experience, if I were to go on an interview tomorrow for a job, I would be fearful. I would be nervous. I would start to doubt myself. And then I would have to do positive self-talk, like, look, you've done this before, come on. What's the worst that can happen? They'll say no, or you might never hear from them. Chalk it off, go to the next, send off your resume. Don't send it off just to one job and then all your eggs are in that basket. So that's a recipe for self-doubt and fear multiplying, okay? Take action and be proud of yourself for taking action. Pat yourself on the back, okay? Just sitting there and hoping is not going to cut it. The action is where it will be different for you.